We're looking to the NFC East since we have a lot to talk about the Cowboys today, featuring the Cowboys, Philadelphia Eagles, Washington Redskins, and the New York Giants. This is Spot on Sports. We'll return in a moment. We continue our NFL Division Series here on Spot on Sports. We get into the NFC East. Can the Cowboys repeat as NFC East champions? The Eagles are right behind them as Carson Wentz returns from injury. The Redskins have put stock in a New York quarterback named Dwayne Haskins. They also have a little quarterback battle going on. And the New York Giants spent the 6th pick in the draft on a young kid named Daniel Jones, who is supposedly going to unseat Eli Manning at some point. B, take it from here, NFC East. Give me your thoughts.
Eli nervous.
He is nervous. He should
That
be.
boy went out there and balled in the first series. Eli nervous. But I don't care. They won. Okay, I'm going to start from the bottom, work my way up. Giants. They have receiver problems, and I'm trying to pick up Saquon on my fantasy. I just hope he doesn't get overworked.
Pick him up, though.
I'm going to pick him up because this man is liable to break the record for the most touches in a season. And I think he will be able to do something with it. He's going to rack up a lot of fantasy points, whether the team wins or lose. They're going to lose a lot because I'm not even sold on their defense. Only person I know they have back there is what's his name, bro? Peppers from Jabril Peppers they got traded from the Browns. So Golden Tate suspended the first 4 games. Sterling Shepard broke his thumb, so he's already having an injury in the first. Basically, in the beginning of the season, they don't have any other receivers other than Evan Ingram, and he didn't break out last year because he was hurt. So, hey, I'm not sure. Secondly, Washington. I like their chances, honestly.
They were 6-3 last year until the football guys decided Dan Snyder wasn't.
If they would have a receiver, I would think they could do something because they have 3 legit running backs with Samaj Piran, Adrian Peterson, and Geis. He tore his ACL in the preseason, so that was supposed to be a starter running back off top. But again, Jordan Reed at tight end. What's his name from TCU? Dotson. Bruh.
I'm sold on it.
Bruh. Okay. You a first round pick. You dropping easy touchdowns. You are trash. I'm glad you're not my problem. Next. This is where people are going to say 1A, 1B. And we have to see as the actual season goes forward. Because we got to see. One, if either the Cowboys or Eagles get an injury, stuff is going to start to falter.
Right.
I don't think they'll experience injuries in the main portions of their team. That's knock on wood, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to say Eagles being 1B and Cowboys being 1A. Everything is predicated with the Eagles because their defense is stacked, especially on the cornerback position. Right. Because they experienced so many injuries, they just stacked up on corners. They end up being decent. So now, if their guy, Carson Wentz, can really stay healthy, they have a legit running back. Because Jordan Howard is basically ranked like top 3 or 4 running backs in the league for the last 3 or 4 years. D-Jack now is deep threat. And they already have under routes with Alshon Jeffrey and Nelson Aguilar. So, Zach Ertz. They have weapons, just like the Cowboys have weapons. So, we're going to see.
So, I'm not going to say 1A or 1B. I do agree with the 4 and 3 of order. I'm actually, and as much as of me being a Cowboy fan, I'm going to put the Philadelphia Eagles over the Cowboys by a slight chance.
She giving a flight.
Oh, I like it. Go ahead.
By a slight chance.
I like the indifference here.
Mm-hmm.
Simply because I need to see the pickups that the Cowboys did over the offseason. How do they fit into this core? You know, defense was really cool last year. You know, we've seen them where they were really great and then they dropped the ball towards the end of the game. Like, I need to see them play the 4 complete quarters as a whole. And
whole team.
As a whole team.
Most of the time, the defense held up so long, it was like, bruh, get him something, fam. Like, bro, I understand why they can't hold up, bro. They've been 9 times and no benefit.
Which is simply correct. Which is why it's hard for me to pick the Cowboys. But at the same time, they did make some moves, in the middle of the season.
I have a lot of optimism because of the coaching.
Right.
Scott Linehan was a grandpa coach. I have a lot of optimism. We have a young bull. He's ready to get the ball in the end zone.
He's a really great coach. At the same time,
we don't know that. Don't upgrade him too fast.
Okay, but here's the bigger issue. We still have Sean Garrett.
See, she got a name wrong. Sean Garrett.
I'm sorry.
Oh, for sure.
That's how much of a non-factor.
Bruh.
Right. I didn't go there. Jason Garrett. Sorry. But no. With him, we've seen... We've seen him get favored, and we're trying to figure out why is he still there.
Okay, in no way am I trying to just defend Jason Garrett. Don't get me wrong.
But
I'll say it like this. One, as far as record-wise, he's not bad. As far as the animated, getting your team engaged, he sucks. But the thing is, I feel you. It sucks.
I'm tired of
but
this.
we replaced Chris Rashad. I wish they could just put him.
Right.
But that's not going to happen.
Right.
But the thing is, most of the time, if the offense was balling and the defense was balling, you wasn't worried about it. You worried about this. When the defense can ball out and the offense don't do nothing, it's like...
What are you clapping for?
This ain't about nothing, brother.
Right.
So, with that being said, if offense can continue the same part as the defense and go in a upward motion.
If we could get the offense that we had towards the end of the season.
No, but and the thing is, now we have a mark for a full
year.
Off season.
Right.
You can't, and I don't understand why, even in the mindset of people, even with this coordinator, they think we're gonna regress. We've upgraded. We were on the upgrade last season.
A step.
Literally, we're gonna take another step.
You can only hope that's what happens.
Not really hope, because the thing is, we the people that we have, we know what they can do. Last year, we didn't know what. Did you know what Allen Hurns could do? Did you know what Deontay Thompson, who he was, could do?
I knew.
You know what Cole Beasley could do, but that was limited because you didn't know who you had around him.
Right.
Now, Carla, you know, because he's done the Cowboys like that plenty of times. Coper, you know. Jason Witten, I know. Let's go.
Looking at the NFC East, honestly, if Alex Smith hadn't gone down, I think I'd look at this division totally different.
I probably too.
Throw the Redskins back in there to be a viable threat to. Right, but even then, he was so efficient.
He was. That was really digging in that.
Right. Somehow they were 6-3, and the defense wasn't that bad.
Ooh, their defense gonna be. They got the Alabama Bulls.
Yeah, they finna got some nice interior push going on. I think if for the Redskins, if Dwayne, I know they got the quarterback battle with Case and Dwayne and Colt McCoy, and I don't know why it's much of a battle anyway. Right.
I see somewhere like a Cowboys situation where their defense can hold up for a good second, but offense is not there.
But they'll be good at running the ball.
Exactly.
With Darius Geis and Adrian Peterson. So. It's coming down to Dallas and Philadelphia. Now here's the thing.
One more point.
Go ahead.
This is the last one. I'm gonna be quiet.
You sure?
I seriously got a feeling if they're at least competitive, they'll make a trade for a receiver at the trade deadline.
Why
they
not?
have to.
Why not?
Because that was the same situation as the Cowboys. If they're at least competitive to where they can make something happen, they'll find a receiver.
And if Dwayne Haskins is coming in, he's somehow taking the league by storm, which I think he's going to be the starter anyway. I believe he's going to be a starter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't draft this guy.
He's playing in hometown. You don't
think
he really?
Yeah, I'm saying you don't draft this guy in the first round like this, and then you don't really plan to start. I think the consensus is to put him out there. Now, what I think they want to do is they want to take their time with this guy because they realize the mistake that they made with RG3 when he was drafted to be the starter, but they thrusted him out there. A couple of weeks, the season goes by, he takes big shots in the knees, and then the next season he's limping around trying to run the ball. So when you got Dwayne Haskins more of a passer, I think they can slowly bring him along and use a guy like Case Keenum to be a bridge guy. Now, albeit that's if Case works out. If Case can keep them somehow in games, and the running game takes over, the defense does their thing, then the Redskins could possibly be looking at where they were last year before Alex Smith went down. Which leads me back to my point. I still think it's Dallas and Philadelphia. The question is, I'm looking at Carson Wentz. I gave you the big money. Can you stay healthy?
Right.
I said the Cowboys win the division if they outlast Carson Wentz and he gets hurt. I mean, now you don't wish injury on any player.
But Carson Wentz has shown
he's an injury play guy, and he's been like that since his days in North Dakota. Mm-hmm. So if this guy stays healthy, then we know that the Eagles are going to be really good. They have a really good offensive line. They can run the ball. The receivers are just as on par as what the Cowboys are going to be.
No, they have better receivers than us because they have multiple. Alshon, they have a complete. Alshon's really good. Nelson came on towards the end of the season last year, and we know what D-Jack has. And as far as you got to add the tight end to the receiving core, because Zach Ertz is way better.
And Zach Ertz can catch 100 balls. So, yeah, but I also look at the Cowboys and say, well, we know a lot of guys can't guard Amari Cooper. If Dak and Michael Gallup can get the deep,
I feel like he's gonna have a better.
Yeah, they can get the deep passing game on points. And who's really hanging with Randall Cobb out of the slot, and he's a guy who can really go downfield.
I'm excited how we're gonna use Tavon Austin because he's been actually getting a lot of PT during practice.
Tavon's another guy you can really throw in the mix. Look, and we have to look. With the matchup, is safety really a problem on this defense? When you got guys on the front seven like DeMarcus Lawrence and Robert Quinn, it makes jobs like Jeff Heath.
I'm telling you, people continue to say this. Jeff Heath is not that bad.
I can win games with Jeff. I don't see what the problem was.
He's not. He get. Bro, I'm like, bro, why'd you get run over like that on some plays? But it's like, bro, you know,
some stuff is.
He'll get you a pick.
And when we look, the thing is, when we look at each team in the NFL has one glaring hole that you say they could have made that position better. But when you look at the Cowboys, and I look at this roster, and I look at safety, I look at defensive back. Mm-hmm. I say this group is okay. I can win with this group. I can win with Jeff Heath at safety. I have a guy like Byron Jones. I have a guy like Cheeto who can stick with receivers. I like what Xavier Woods can bring to the free safety position. When we look at the linebackers, we know what Jaden Smith and Leighton Vander Esch is. Mm-hmm. Sean Lee, if healthy, what he can do. We look at the defensive line. I have DeMarcus Lawrence and I have Robert Quinn. I can look at this one hole at safety and say, I'm okay with that.
We're going to have to do some... Well, I'm not going to... It's going to give players an opportunity because we have to adjust because Robert Quinn not only broke his hand, but he's going to be suspended for the first two games. Right. But I just take that as, okay, you're going to sit out 2 games because you broke your hand. So, good timing.
But honestly, yeah, I look at it the same way.
I look at it like, bro, you're going to sit out 2. Even though they said they were going to have him ready for the first game, your hand's still broke. You just keep
right.
And he's going to give him his first game at Miami. Returning, well, I think Miami's coming here, so that's the last team he played for. So give a little reason to play. So,
which isn't bad. As I'm saying, I think the Cowboys are going to be just fine. I think for the NFC East, we know that these games are won within the division. Who's going to win the most division games? We know these teams tend to struggle when facing other opponents on the schedule.
Right.
When you look in the division, who's 4-1 heading into December? Who's 5 and whatever coming into the later part of the season, and it's just who's going to be healthy. Or the Cowboys going to be more healthy than Philadelphia by the time we're talking playoffs. Honestly, I think both teams get into the playoffs. Who's going to win the division? No team has repeated since the mid 2000s or whatever the case, 2006, 2008 or something like that. I'm gonna go ahead and believe in Dallas and say that they can get it again. If you telling me I have Ezekiel Elliott, like granted they signed the guy, he's on board to come week 1. The Cowboys can do all things to Ezekiel Elliott. Their strength is us, man. Let's go Cowboys. I'm with that. We good. We good. Look, guys, we thank you for tuning in to Spot on Sports. Please comment, rate, subscribe, drop us a like. We would definitely appreciate it. Head to our YouTube channel, click the bell so you guys get notified whenever we're dropping new content. Check out more SOS discussions, My Point Exactly, or what we're doing with Behind the Lights. And be sure to look out for Geek Leaks, Come Compete Conquer. Shout out to Danny Martin, 2018-2019 Technological Innovator of the Year. It is a new wave of sports that is sweeping the nation, but we're not just accurate, but spot on. I'm Tony Monk. That's B-Walk. That is the lovely Joy Lachey. We will see you guys next time.
Drop the mic.